Blub blub everyone, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues. The only fun way to play the game for me, and it's a really good mod. I enjoy it so much, and that's why we have to do another run. And this time, people on Discord decided, because I gave a few options, should we do the Texas Brotherhood again and become Texas, or should I play Spider-Man today, which was also a thing, because I replayed all of that. But I also gave one choice that is very anticipated, apparently, the Twin Mothers run, and let's go there. Let's do a Twin Mothers run and see if we can make that happen, because I haven't made that happen in my private runs so far, at least not completely successful. Hello, Divine Nia, welcome. How are you doing? I've played as the Twin Mothers about half a dozen times, only 2 of which were successful, and all of them were about a year ago. I may not be as much help as you hope. It's gonna be fine, you Malian. It's gonna be great. Okay, let's read the brief history. The tribes of Wasteland whisper of a goddess who blesses their crops. The more oh, by the way, a lot of text and history in the beginning, so be prepared. It's gonna be pages of book pages long in the beginning. Goddess who blesses their crops. The more civilized folk tell tales of a presence within the fabled halls of the nursery, guiding a swarm of robots across Colorado for the betterment of mankind. The truth is a little more complicated than either story. Diana Stone, perhaps the greatest scientist to survive the Great War. Oh, did she really survive? We'll see. Lives to this day as the leader of a peaceful tribe in Colorado. That's not gonna go for long. But change is coming, and the Wasteland cries out for mercy and kindness. Perhaps it is time for her to emerge from her machines and save the world. Yeah, Diana Stone has a very special history, which we will learn shortly. Yeah, we have Lanius that wants to murder us. That's this meeting the legend thing. We have children, which is everyone from... Was it Vault 29? Yes, it was Vault 29, which is her tribe that she, you know, manipulated in a direction that she thought was good and then released and into the world and cared for them ever since. And the nursery is where she resides. This is a... Let's see. Hidden away from mankind's madness, its ambitions, and even the wasteland itself lies the nursery. Decades of pre-war construction efforts, years of research, months of the most minute changes and refinement all led to this secret paradise, an untouched Garden of Eden, and the last serene place in the wasteland. Yes, and that's what she watches over, and why and how we'll see in a second. Let's just start this. This is the Twin Mothers territory, where we have to survive in. Ich schaue dir zum Spiel mit My Time at Porsche. Wie geht's dir? Kannst gerne weiter in Englisch reden. Ist schon wieder so lange her, dass ich hier war. Yes, definitely it is. Took too long. But yes, I'm fine. I hope you're fine as well, Divine Nia. And I hope you're gonna enjoy the stream. And My Time at Porsche, which is a great game, as I've heard. My girlfriend really likes that one. And the sequel as well. The sequel even more. Which is still in early access as far as I know. Okay, this is Twin Mothers territory. This nation was definitely one of the designer's pet project. I mean, it makes sense, and it is something I really enjoy, which is not just, you know, oh, we just gonna conquer everyone and murder people. This is literally a run of let's terraform the wasteland. Let's make it into a better place for everyone. She's doing that by force, for sure, because she has no other choice. That is what she will learn when Lanius comes and murders all her people. Because there are 2 ways to play this. We could hold against Lanius, and we'll might as well try. We'll hold as much as we can. If we can beat him, he will be about yay big when he attacks us. It's always the same. But if we can beat him, we're great. And we're gonna get a lot of things. If we don't, we are not out of the game. If we get killed and murdered, we're fine. We'll start on another place on the map, because Diana, and we will learn about this in a second, is not stationed in this territory. Only her tribe is. But she's manipulating them from afar. Manipulation in this matter is not just negative, has not just a negative condescension. It is not only a bad thing. She does impose some ideas on her people, but for the most part, she wants to help them quite a bit. And yeah, we are surrounded by mountain ridges that are impassable. We are just accessible from the north and the south. We want to hold the south, and we want to expand in the north if we can. Problem is, if we can. Now, first, let's get everyone in a little bit of an army here. And put them somewhere along those lines. Give me one of those and one of those and put them here. Okay. Now, we will not be able to hold with troops alone. That is completely impossible. I've tried the first time. It is just a disaster. What we have to do is bunker up like crazy. The problem here is I'm not going to go for conventional warfare. That's what I was looking for. Which would give us in its first focus 8 max entrenchment, which would bring us up to 60% or something, which is ridiculously good. Not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is go for a refined warfare. Why? We'll see that after a bit. But I think in the long run, this will serve us better for reasons. We'll see that. But I tried it with conventional warfare. We could hold the line. It's fine if we have enough bunkers. If not, they still overrun us. So I just hope the bunkers are all we need. But we'll see. If we die, we'll try again. And we learn from it. Because that's what you do. Shut up. Don't do that. We want some... Yeah, we want work as needed. I mean, we really need the factory output with this faction, but I also need the population factor, so there is no choice. It is always work as needed. It's just the best one, in my opinion. Yes, you lose, and we have sophisticated industry. We can't go to the end. We are really good. We're just really bad in combat, but we're really good with everything else. So this would give us another 8%, 12%, so 12% each. So we're losing 2, 4, 6, 7 times 4%. Which is quite a bit. It's 28% we're losing in the end. And we get 7 times 8 instead of 7 times 12. So 84% extra factory output. That is a lot. And we're losing 28 of that. So 64, 56. So we get 56% instead of 80 something percent. Which is quite a bit, but we get more factories in a state, and we get more recruitable population, and that is more important to me. Otherwise, yes, go with agriculture. We will need the manpower like crazy sauce soon. Go with the first focus that we have. Who am I? It has been quite a long time since I have been asking this question, and I could talk endlessly, and she will. Trust me, she will. So please bear with me this first episode. I hope we get through it in the first episode. In the second one, we go with some strategy here. And I could talk endlessly about what I am now and what I have done. Perhaps it is better for me to start with who I once was in another life. Yes, exactly. And that's what we're gonna do. Is there anything else we need to do? Yes. We only have 3 factories that we can use. And I'm going to use them... right now. I want this. We will need this here as well. I want this twice, actually. This needs to be... This is accessible. This is one of the few accessible areas that is accessible by multiple people, by multiple areas here. And that's why we need bunkers. We really need bunkers, otherwise we die. Instantly. For the others, we more or less only need a few outposts. I want them here as well, but I want bunkers here as well. I think we're gonna double up on outposts everywhere. Just in case, because they should still be effective, just much less so. And I probably want a bunker here as well. I think that should be fine. But in the end, I probably bunker up everywhere, just to be sure that we survive. We'll see. We'll see how far that gives us stuff. Why do I have dockyards? Who cares? Just shut up. We have no divisions in training. Yeah, we want to change them. We also want to change the divisions because look at how weak we are. This is laughable. Even the defense is quite laughable. We want something about 120 right now. Even if we go up to 20 combat width, that's not gonna change much. My English vocabulary is too bad to write good. Okay. Yeah, well, you know, practice makes perfect, Divine Nia. I'm sorry. I think I gave up the front 3 provinces and bunkered up on a smaller front. You don't need to. You can make it. I had it done. Don't know if that's the best plan though. It's just what I did. Yeah, the problem is you definitely want to have this. This is very important, and you need it for some focuses later. And if Lanius will never call anyone in. But if the Kaiser calls in Lanius for any war, every one of these people will come in. Also Navajo, and Navajo will be your death. If someone can swoop in here, they will, and they will do it quickly, and they will murder you. So we have to bunker up here as well, just not as quickly. So that's fine. Also, what can we do in terms... She will leave us, I know that, so I'm not gonna use her. And usually I put her as a field marshal, but this person is not that great here. I think I'm gonna use a new commander, and we'll see what we get, and hopefully we get something good. We do want to produce new troops, though. We need some experience for sure, but we will need a lot of Amazons. It's gonna show bad things right now, but that's okay. I want to do one more robots for sure. And now we'll start. But we need to buy our stuff. We have a very lucrative node here, 50k per tick. So that's gonna be cool. Look at this. This is just one of 2 right now. Yes, I've played that. Give me some money, thank you. Go for the next one. Oh well, let's read this first. Diana Stone, a scientist. Oh yeah, I didn't give up the state capital, just fell back slightly to use the river. Yeah, but the river won't help you, is the problem. At least that's what I saw. You want to hear of where I came from, and not what I am? It is rare one can muster the courage to ask such a question, but I can oblige your utter curiosity. I am... Well, in life I was Diana Stone. A while ago, back before the war, I got a degree at MIT before traveling out west and participating in a few governmental studies. People back then told me that I had a career path that would have put me up there with some of the greatest minds of my generation. Brown, House, you know. Yeah, Brown. Okay. Really, I never saw myself working with people like that. Academia at that time had this certain stigma against morality, figuring that caring for the well-being of any soul was a weakness that the communists didn't have. Hence, something we needed to get rid of if we were going to win. Is that kind of whatever it takes attitude that led to Vault-Tec getting into that toxic, cannibalistically cyclical research headspace it ended up in. Which is very interesting and very deep into the lore already. Yeah, of what I know about the lore. Got offered a few jobs. Robco, Big MT. Oh, Big MT is from the DLC that gave this mod the name. Old World Blues. Honestly, turned them all down in favor of a little upstart. Greenway Hydroponics was what the company I eventually signed up for was called. Derek Greenway was particular, but I felt like he distanced himself enough from academia where it was safe to work with him. Was that sort of was the sort that understood that the Vault project was for more than just precaution. We get the next event, yeah, and it's gonna get bigger even, guys. Prepare. I don't blame the others of academia, we were all scared back then. It was a constant, you had to live your life when you had a certain level of understanding that could pull the curtains of America back. It was an innate fear, the idea that your life's work will get washed away by the molecular heat of thousands of atomic bombs dropped over your head. Why even work when you could see what waited for you at the end of the world? It was like living on a train with no brakes, knowing that the track didn't go on forever. I remember at least from halfway through the 2070s, academia began to put more efforts into research based on preservation after the inevitable, rather than trying to subvert it. At least those that weren't chained by the government. Have trouble grabbing their names, but Brown, Calvert are a few I can remember. They all had their sweet little plots to continue as they had. And we know Brown from Fallout because he was the guy who had his imaginary world, his VR world project, where he then tormented the player as a little girl and stuff. Yeah, crazy person. Calvert, I'm not sure who that was actually, but Brown I remember vividly. They all had their sweet little plots to continue as they had. Little snow globes that they could fall into as they watched the world they helped forge fall through their fingers like sand. So yeah, that was Brown's VR thing, was his little snow globe, and that actually fits very well into the metaphor. Me, I wasn't like them at first. I sort of lost myself at such a prospect. I began looking into matters of the spirit and philosophy. Read Kant, Nietzsche. Eventually moved onto religion, mythology, anything I could get my hands on. In hindsight, may have been just a soul lashing out at the world. Oh, it was I in hindsight, okay. Trying to find some framework I could place my mind into that could help me continue my work, my own snow globe. It was bad at first, but the cancer prognosis that really made me lose myself. Was what really made me lose myself. That would be a sentence. Hey, Terrible Hamster. Thank you for the lurk. I go for the first time. Maybe I came back, but no. I go. Have fun and we see us. Well, goodbye, Divine Nia, and have fun playing something else. I think Calvert might be a brain in a jar in Point Lookout. Yeah, that could have been it. Haven't played that much, actually. Now that you say that, some pictures come back here into my mind. Okay, Fate gave me a bad hand. Well, we know now about her cancer prognosis. So, like Icarus, who got too close to the sun, I fell from the esteemed world of academia. Well, but not by your own volition. Icarus was a fool. You weren't a fool. You had just bad luck. Nearly losing myself in the process. Each agonizing day in my body was only slowing down the inevitable. I almost lost all hope until Derek gave me an out, a way of cheating my fate. Okay, 2 more of these big events. The nursery, operation. The nursery is where Diana currently lives, a hidden bunker far away from the lands of the twin mothers. That's what I said, she isn't here. She is not in this capital. We used a complex series of scouts and tunnels to send resources towards the twin mothers from this location. The best part? The rest of the wasteland is none the wiser as to our inhabitation here, yes. My Garden of Eden. Give the twin mothers rights to the resources of paradise. Where's paradise? We'll hear about it in a second anyway. This is paradise. This is where she is. And not even the Black Canyon raiders know about this place. That's how secret this is. They don't know it. Which is pretty good. And our only hope, because my god, we're gonna die. We're gonna die so hard. I need money, give me money. Diana Stone, a victim. I essentially stopped all of my work when the doctors told me how much time I had left. It wasn't even the world that had taken my future from me, but my own body. Suddenly, instead of me being merely distant from academia, I was shunned altogether. Went from a brilliant upcomer to someone that was ashamed, someone that could have been great, but fate played a bad hand. Yeah, it wasn't her fault. I was a wreck. I actually got into drinking for a while. Believe it or not, it takes a lot to make a lady of science voluntarily poison herself like that. Yeah, well, for some it doesn't. Derek, my boss at Greenway Hydroponics, was the only person who actually seemed to take pity on me. We were kindred souls in a way, believing in how academia had fallen and failed the world as an institution in letting such a thing as this come to pass. At first, I thought his attempts at taking pity on me were mostly to give himself a way to say goodbye before the world took me. It was more than that. One night after we were wrapping up a date, he took me by the shoulder, then whispered a few words into my ear. Miss Stone, you think fate gave you a bad hand? They gave us all a bad hand. This world is doomed. We can't change the inevitable. We can, however, make the best with the hand we have got. We don't have to stop playing the game. We can win this game, make the world a better place, make it so that people don't have to play anymore. A better world. He then reached into his jacket, project, pulling out a set of technical documents. This thing is Zax. They were stolen documents from Derek's time working with the government, and it's a lot to read. Prototypes for some sort of Zax RoboBrain hybrid, a new type of supercomputer that would be years ahead of any system currently in production. Even the highly touted standalone Zax units would pale in comparison. He proposed building a computer that could take a quantum leap forward by being able to pose the simplest of questions. With this in mind, he devised a system that would house a human brain with each hemisphere, logical and intuitive, linked to a Zax unit. The human mind would have vast amounts of computation power and almost unlimited storage capacity at its disposal. Who could predict what such a mind would be capable of doing? Should be a question mark, I think. That is a rhetorical question. In hindsight, I imagine Derek designed the system for himself, I think. In the end, he saw using me with this as a better way to play his cards, could direct me from outside such a machine. Of course, I only had a few months left. I gave my parents some notice and took him up on his offer. I mean, what choice did you have? This is the best you could do. When I awoke from the operation, at first I was overjoyed at the success. Sure, my arms and limbs, my body were gone, but I could see through the sensors of the machine. Sure, I had no arms, but I could reach out to robots on the network to directly control. Sure, I was of metal, but I still had a soul. I was still me. As the months progressed, however, I began to doubt the wisdom of becoming part of a machine. My hearing was acute, but too much so. I could hear into a range far above normal. It was disturbing to hear the chittering of cockroaches in the other room, the heart palpitations of Greenway interns as they walked past my metal chassis. My eyesight was perfect, but once again too perfect. My vision showed the sharpness of clarity that made the world look unreal. The way a single strand of hair fractals and shatters at the end, mites digging and coating the skin, sweat rolling off the skin and dissolving on the floor. The most disturbing aspect overall was my lack of touch. A few years in and I missed the weight of clothing, the touch of a cool breeze. Everything that made me human was either changed or gone. They took me that I could live forever. No, they told me that I can read. They told me that I could live forever, but at what cost? It felt like a prison to me, this expanded existence. I get political power, because now, the next and last one. Derek saved my life, but after the bombs fell, he and I went our separate ways. Before he departed, Derek imparted onto me something precious, something that would give the entity known as Diana a second chance at leaving her mark on the wastes. Let's see what that is. I want some money, please, thank you. Because now we're gonna go and we are making these people like us. A little bit. I should have taken the other one, but maybe not. So I can't buy anything here. I wish I could. Laser muskets would help a lot. But yeah, let's go for this as well. But using all the money is actually good, because that gives them opinion with me, and I want the options. Despite all I preserved. Persevered. Preserved, god damn it. Gary. I knew that she had to come to grips with what I had become. That he had to come to grips. Derek, during some nights, would come into my mainframe room and just talk to me for hours. I still enjoyed communicating with Derek, even after all that had happened. He explained to me how robo-brains, which I essentially was, just expanded, need some sort of outlet if they are to hold on to what made them human. I recall mentioning continuing my philosophical studies I had done before my operation. The next morning he came in with a holotape filled with a practical library of the world's knowledge. It gave me some comfort to roll into these delusions of grandeur and the spirit as I was installed into the nursery. A EPA greenhouse project designed around being a parallel to the Voltec project, but for the fauna of the world rather than the people themselves. Which is very important, and I always thought, well, what does it help if the people survive if the environment doesn't, because then you're still dead. But this is their way out there. After all, you couldn't rebuild if you didn't have the seeds you needed to probably remove mutant fauna and cultivate the world's sickened mass. That is very true. It was there in the nursery that I would overhear Derek's own snow globe he had prepared for himself. How he had laid out plans to subvert Vault 29. He wanted to take control of the Zex Overseer installed into the facility, use it to teach the people there a predetermined culture of primitivism, in the hopes that the culture they would build would be different from which birthed them. Yeah, the problem is the other cultures around us are not, and they would just murder us because for funsies. I remember arguing with Derek about this, how it was immoral to deny the wealth of humanity's splendor to any individual, which I kinda agree with. That is what, that it was their birthright to inherit what humanity had made, faults and all. There was so much culture in the world, how right was he to say who couldn't have it? We began to drift away after that. It's almost over, guys. It was only after the bombs fell that I began to lose myself. When Derek learned I wasn't willing to go along with his plan fully, he began to distance himself from me. After radiation surrounding the nursery reached safe levels, Derek one night took his followers out and left the nursery, saying how this nursery project had become more about me than the facility itself. He entrusted me as a safeguard, told me to protect the nursery until a day when he and his followers would return to help rebuild the wasteland. Is he still out there? I would like to know if any of these are his followers, actually. That could be. I couldn't stand this, the loneliness 1 year, 2, 10. I missed having people to talk to. A facility this massive with only the beasts to chatter with. It was then that I began to look into the connections Greenway had established before his departure with Vault 29. I watched the people in that vault for some time, how they managed themselves, how they waited for their Zax to speak to them. They were the only people I could watch. I rooted for them. Followed the events of their little lives, thought back on how their lives reminded me of my own. Eventually I made a choice. I wanted to go along with Derek's plan, but in my way. I wanted to help these people directly and guide them as a mother. I wanted this to be my legacy. They would treat me as a goddess, myself their savior. Together we would make the world a better place. Yeah, the grandeur and the philosophy is only sickening her mind a little bit, but oh well. And there we are now. That was all the story we will get. And now we have this ginormous focus tree to work through. And it has some very interesting aspects. First, Yomalian. Will that ever become something? I haven't seen it become anything so far. Oh, and now he has to lurk for a bit. Well, great. So far with that. We're gonna do the managing the nursery, because this is gonna be important for many, many reasons. And there are also some things we cannot do when if we lose this stuff. And I definitely wanted immediate air tag, because, well, air could be good. Not that we can produce it at any point right now, but, you know, it's gonna be good. First part is still only half over, so we can get some other stuff in. I do want more political power gain. Also more trade tariffs is nice. We have some really good people here. Head physician, 20% extra monthly population. I mean, still pretty low, but you know, every little bit helps. More recruitable population factor. Non-core manpower. We have so many good people. It's great. This is really good. Less resources to market can be really nice. But first, I want the political power gain per day. Because we are going to need billions of points. And that for many reasons. If we can survive, that is. We can get something here. Oh yeah, a few of them are kind of cheapy. Kind of on the cheap side. But we also want some people who, that help us build the bunkers faster. It's probably the next guy I'm going for. Or, no, probably I'm going for experience next. Because we want to change the templates quick. Quickly googled for you. Apparently my children never does anything. Good. I was suspecting that. Thank you. Thank you for googling it. That's gonna be of some help. Because I would have just gone for it anyway. As quickly as possible. But now I at least know that it never does anything. We definitely want this and we need this, but we will also need some energy cells for the robots. Getting some good research is going to be hard, but there are moments where we can get more research slots, and we should probably go for them quite quickly if we can. But we have so much to go for, it's ridiculous. Again, at first we only need to save this line, but after a while this will become a thing as well. So we should prepare there as well. Oh. Yeah, this is going to be hard. That's what she said. I think we go for warrior training, or should we already go? I mean, the sooner we go through this, the better. It's gonna hit our recruitable population factor, but the thing is, we have a lot. We have some really good monthly population. We have some really good recruitable population factor, I think. Not yet, but it's gonna get there. Oh, stability is so high that we get less. Ah, right. That is some things. Yeah, okay. And we will need a lot, but, you know. We only have dynamite so far. We definitely want saws because of the defense. This will boost our defense by a lot. And we definitely do need it. If I can muster a few factories, we can go hard into robots. Getting some protectrons would be nice. They have better defense than the Mr. Handy nonsense. They take a lot... Well, they take the same production, so this is definitely the way to go. We have some heavy lifters as well as hard, punchy robots. I never used the CNC bots much because I never could get many of them. But apparently they are really good for robots as well. Yeah, they give so much organization. Oh, wow. Maybe that is what we need as well. So a few more factories there. But let's go with the warrior training because we want training time to go down. Otherwise, we do have some political power. I should probably go into some military theory right now. And... yeah, I don't want conventional warfare. I do want land doctrine research speed, I think. Just all of it. But this is a hint, I guess. Conventional warfare is the way to go. I'm gonna try it without. If we can't make it, we'll just start over and do it with the conventional warfare, but I want refined. The nursery. This is going to be very interesting. Managing the nursery. The nursery is a miracle of pre-war engineering. It is a self-contained, balanced ecological system set within a deep canyon. The valley floor of the canyon is rife with the flora and fauna of times past. And at the head of the valley is a lake of crystal blue water that feeds a river. The river flows from one end of the valley to the other, disappearing into the canyon wall. Bordering the lake are several buildings that house the maintenance equipment that keeps the nursery functioning. The nursery is where Diana lives, From there, she can project herself to Wall 29 within Twin Mother's territory and lead the tribe. The nursery is not located within your own territory at the start of the game. It is located deep within Black Canyon territory within the state Paradise. The location of the nursery is so secret that the Black Canyon Raiders do not even know of our existence there. Managing the nursery is practically a full-time job for Diana. Hover over your nursery idea to get a complete tooltip explaining the various factors involved within managing the nursery. Must I bother? This is so boring. Yes, Diana, you have to. My god. Where do we want to go first? You see this computational power. I'm gonna explain that in a second. We do want the My Children thing as well. We want to go here. We also want to go to the repository. Because we want to go here. This is our first research slot. But we need all of this DNA. No, one of it. Okay, that's pretty good. Because if we go here to My Children, then to Prosperous Village... And... was it this one? No. Where was the first one? Here is all of the other DNA. No, here's Brahmin and here's Fire Ant DNA. Is there something before that? I don't think so. Here's Gecko DNA, which will take a while though, because we need guerrilla tactics. So I think this one or this one is the easiest we can get. Which would be good. And then we need to go there. But this is why I'm going for Refined Warfare. Because we could have Power Armor. And yes, I suck with anything else in this game, so I want Power Armor. And we need to go to freaking walking tanks before we can have it. And then we will have really crappy Power Armor. But we will have Power Armor, and I want it. And we only get intermediate Power Armor tech, which means we're not gonna even go that far. We're only gonna go here, but you know what? It's better than the stupid recon nonsense. I never liked those, not even in the vanilla game. I want this, at the very least. So, we're gonna go for Refined Warfare. And yeah, we could do this just right now if we were at that point. Oh, only one of them must be true. So, either Refined Warfare, Walking Tanks, or Advanced Special Forces. So we could just go for... what? Here? Yeah, that will never happen. We are not sophisticated. I mean, I wish we were. And this is, look at that, 6 years. 7 years away. I mean, yeah, that's how long this will take before we can do anything, I think. But, really? Yeah, it is. It is Advanced Special Forces. Very strange that you need to go here to get this, which is then really useless because at that point these guys are better. Well, not really. I have good breakthrough though and good defense, but the hardness still sucks. Yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna go for Refined Warfare and just try it. We'll see. So what should be the next thing? We do want these things as well because we get computational power, but this gives us radar technology bonus and intermediate air tech possibilities. And this can only be done while we own Twin Mothers, so we want to do this quickly. And we also want to do this for better ahead of time in industry technology. Hey, Manaway, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. And had a great Tuesday. I had to be in the office, so mine was not that great. Let's go with My Children first. Not going to give us anything, but it's fine. Oh, I should maybe have read that, right? There's a lot of stuff in these focus points as well. My children, I remember their youth as if it was yesterday. All those years ago, still underground and desperate for guidance in those dark times, I ordered Zex to teach them the ways of the world, of peace and respect for nature, as well as life, of the goddess Diana's return to guide them to prosperity, and so I did return to lead them into this new age. Yes, we did return. The secret meatloaf. Recently we've heard of a man, that is a random event, that's pretty good, who goes by the simple moniker T. He claimed to be from a far away land we cannot find on any old world maps. We pointed out from his description the ancient country of great warriors called Sweden, but it seems that is not from where the mysterious T hails, judging by his extreme irritated expression. Regardless, the ghoul brings a secret with him, the best goddamned homemade meatloaf recipe we've ever tasted, and he wants to share. Our best grub grifters have adopted the famous recipe all throughout the country. Recently, groups have been making pilgrimages from even distant lands of foreign and exotic gods just to have a taste. I hear he writes as well at Swiss Sauce. Well, he was from Switzerland apparently. I have no idea. Gives us more base node income, which is great. That's more money, and more money is good for us because that's how we pay for equipment, because we can't produce it. Equipment sucks. Equipment production. Also, I want this. We do need support equipment at some point. We only have 3 freaking factories, which is nothing. It is laughable. It is a disgrace. A disgrace of our goddess, of our beautiful, beautiful being. How was the heat been? Has the heat been for you today? Well, bad. Real bad. We didn't get up past 30 degrees, but humidity peaking at 67%. Oh, was terrible. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Temelin, how are you? Washington Brotherhood took 4 states. Oh, really? They... Okay, only against these guys. Okay, the cause still has a chance to survive and murder them, which would be good for us because they're, well, good guys. Thank you for the hydration, Chamberlain. Ah, pretty good. Thank you. New game? Yes, we are playing the Twin Mothers today. I asked on Discord, and that's what people decided. I'm fine, Timberland. I'm really good. Really doing well. Thanks for asking. And I had them choose between a real Texas run, so Texan Brotherhood, not the Alamo chapter again, but the normal Brotherhood and become Texas. Or the Twin Mothers, or more Spider-Man. And it was between Twin Mothers and Spider-Man, I think. So today we're playing the Twin Mothers. And Spider-Man will continue on Friday. But this is a hard one. The Alamo chapter was already pretty hard to do. But damn, this is gonna be even worse. Far worse. We do have some weapons though. Our stats are horrific. Absolutely, absolutely crap. And we're already using pipe guns. And recurve bows. But damn, we're so bad at shit. Our Amazons are weak as heck, and we need to win against, well, a nation that is primitive as well, but, you know, they have a lot of troops. And they have chariots, which are very strong at the beginning of the game. So they can easily rip us apart. And we need to really bunker up to survive here. And I hope we can do that. We'll see. Let's see. Let's buy some better weapons even. I do want some dynamite, I guess. We don't have the money right now, but we want to build up with them as well. Yeah, for now that's enough. So now we have even better weapons. But our stats still absolutely mega suck. We are so bad. My god, we're bad. Cool, we did this. We can go to Prosperous Village now and work our way through, assess the tribe, get some free development. Development in Twin Mothers, I think. It must be here somewhere. It's a very important metric that you normally cannot just improve. 20 victory points. Where's development? There must be a way to see this. But it essentially means that you get more money and more people in there and stuff, I think. Not really sure, because it's not normal in the game, I think. Oh, increases node level progress as well. Okay. So that's our money-making node that gets boosted here. I really, really want this because you can only do these two. No, this not. This one. You can only do this one when you have twin mothers and Wall 29. Which is in twin mothers territory. So we need to do these quickly. But I also want to go towards the research slot as quick as possible. The first one at the very least. Because we will need to research our way out of the situation. And we can only do that when we have research slots. And 3 is just bad. We will lag behind quite a bit. And that's not cool. That's definitely not cool. I do want this better bow. It's still a freaking bow, but, you know, it's gonna give us a lot more defense. A lot more breakthrough. Double the breakthrough, actually. Double the hard attack, which we need. Way better soft attack. So this is just so much better, and we do need it. Where should we go for it now? We should also go for the land doctrine. It takes a while. I think I'm gonna go for land doctrine. It's really harsh to decide what we should do here.
Hello.
Just merge with your people. Also, give me a new commander, please, a good one. Speed and attack is not what we need right now, but it's a good one. Gives us planning speed, spec ops. It's good, but not good enough. Give me another. Horrible. Horrible luck. This is good. Extra 10% defense is... Oh my... Oh, it's Lone Wolf. Fuck. God, I hate these perks. This should not be something you roll. This should be something you give them. Because it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh, and this guy's useless now. Although... No, even the max army group is crap. Okay. I thought if it's only max army size, we could still make him into a field marshal and he would have 5 armies. But no, you only get... You actually get 0? Or is it 6 armies at this point? That could be it. So you get 1 army that he can field. Which is not bad, to be honest. If that is an army of powered armored troops with 15% more attack and 10% more defense, oh my god, and the 10% breakthrough, ridiculously good. Or an army of tanks. So maybe we can use them later. But for now, they're all crap. I mean, we can use the attack speed at some point, but not now. We need defense, guys. And the division speed doesn't help us because we're gonna sit around like little cowards. Because we are. We are scared shitless by these people. I can't have her because she will just break away at some point. Yeah, because she is actually from a raider band and is actually undercover with us or something. That was something, her story, I think. So she will give us some defense. Let's keep her for a bit. But we need to promote someone to a field marshal. We need a good one. We have so few troops. It's ridiculous. Other people are doing stuff, so... Oh god. What happened with you guys? Okay.
Hello, sir.
There's another person. And we don't have that much manpower as well. I'm tempted to just go ham on Amazons. We need to be careful because they will take up supplies like crazy and we will maybe have to put infrastructure in and supply what's it called? Support platoons. Logistical support platoons. Which will be very important for us. We need to keep up with this. Okay, it's fine. This is fine. We'll need it. But I think this is more important of an investiture. Keep up on research speed. And we are going to go straight forward for the research slot, I think. No, I need to make sure I get the other stuff before Lanius comes. Although... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for the research slot. We need to research our way out of this problem. And I'm still not sure if we... We're just building one double bunker here. And a bunker here because these guys will attack at some point. And there's a lot of avenue of attack here. But I'm not sure if we shouldn't just bunker it up everywhere. I will definitely bunker this up as well. Morally unacceptable again. Hello. Oh, twin mothers. Fingers crossed, bro. Good luck. Well, thank you. That is something we need. And the problem is I could easily bunker up everything and just be safe from Lanius. He would never be able to attack us because he just wouldn't. But what I really want is bleed him dry. I want him to attack, but I want him to fail repeatedly with all of his might. He needs to push into us so hard and just gain no headway whatsoever at any point. But he needs to bleed his army dry in terms of manpower, and then we can counterattack. I think that's the only way we can do anything here, but I'm not sure what the right combination of bunkers and outposts is to let us survive and hold, you know, if he attacks. And not just dissuade the AI from attacking altogether, which is fine. Bunker only second province from the left, fort the rest, cheaper, same effectiveness. It's not really the same. And it's not enough. That is the problem, because I tried that and it wasn't enough. You know why? Because the fucking Kaiser comes at some point. When the Kaiser calls in Lanius in one of his stupid bullshit wars, we are dead, because then Navajo comes, and that means all of these troops, every single one of them, will pour in through here, and we have no choice, no chance of stopping them. And that's why just bunkering up this one province here is not enough. I didn't bunker this up and we were dead. There was no chance. I couldn't stop them at all. Even though I had way more tech and way better stuff, but it's just, there wasn't anything I could do. And that's why I cannot do that. I need to bunker this up as well like crazy. I need to bunker the rest up as well at some point and to some degree. If we can keep Lanius at bay, maybe we have a chance. And if we can murder him, it's even better. But I still don't know how to do it. That's why I said on Discord, this is half of a strategy, it's not all. I do want saws, because we need the defense. We are not going for conventional warfare, we're going for refined warfare. That's why we don't have the max entrenchment here, which will hurt. And that's why I'm going to bunker up a little bit more than usual, I think, because we will have to. We need the extra defense. We don't get the extra, I don't know, 20% or something, or 40% extra defense here. Gliders would be nice if I could produce them. Problem is, I definitely cannot. Because we have no factories whatsoever. What did we do here? I think the militia training, I mean the warrior training. We do need the militia training as well. We want the defense. And we also want this for some special perks so we can go into intermediate military infantry tech. I'm definitely not going to stay with bows. Although they actually become comparable to fucking energy weapons? Are you insane, game? That is bullshit. That's complete bullshit. It's complete bollocks. I mean, but we will lack the heart attack, so I think I'm still gonna go for energy weapons. And they are about the same production cost in the end, so... It's definitely... Yeah, air attack 3, sure, with a bow. Sure. I mean, even if it's a piercing warhead bullshit bow and explosive nonsense, that's just ridiculous. But I think I want to go into this. Because of the piercing and because of the heart attack, which we will need. Not against Lanius, but there are other threats out there that we have to prepare for right now as well. What are we going to do? I should go in here, but I can't produce them anyway. And I don't need to. I can buy them right now, which is fine. Oh, but that still means, even if I buy them, I need to research them to deploy them. So researching this is important, but we have some time. This is way too much. This is still way too much. I'm not gonna go in here, even though that will help us produce this stuff. But I don't like robots. I don't want them. I do want some of them, because they will help us punch through some lines at some point, I guess. Which is what I did wrong last time. You were all able to win before? So yeah, I did. I haven't been. So, because I suck, as I said. And yes, bunkers for tiles that can be attacked from... Yeah, I know how bunkers work in this game, man. That's fine. It's not the problem. The problem is that I died every time I did this. I've been googling it a little. The most recent update changed things to that certain things can call Kaiser and the rest of the faction in. That didn't used to happen. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's so great. So you're playing it on harder mode than I did. Well, that is awesome. I love that. Yeah, I trusted your words, Yamalian. That's why I didn't bunker up there at any point. I could have. I had more than enough time to do that. I hold the line a long time. And the call-in was around the 80s, I think. 2280 around that time. So I could have prepared, but I didn't because I trusted that you said it won't happen. Mistakes happen, it's fine. But I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to bunker this tile so hard, it's going to be a fortress. Because if we can hold here, we can hold against the Kaiser as well. This was the weak spot where they just punched through. Actually, this is a weak spot as well, even with 2 bunkers, because I run into logistical problems sometimes. And then they can just punch through. You need full strength, definitely. Talking about full strength is actually an interesting thing, because I want more... you know what? If I could produce enough robots... This would give... One of these platoons would give us a lot of armor and which would put us at 20 combat width as well. So just this one battalion here, this one combat robot battalions would make us quite hard to kill. Quite hard to kill. So maybe that is a way to go as well. We would gain a lot of piercing, which would be good. We'd gain a lot of breakthrough. Maybe combined arms approach, guys. How about that? What do you think? So you have 5 years at least. You had in 4.0. Yeah, well. It didn't happen on the old version. It's fine, you made it. I'm not saying that was your fault or anything. But I trusted that, and it just messed up one playthrough. It's fine. It was just... I was experimenting a lot, so it's not a problem. It will need a lot of energy cells, this platoon. But this could actually be a thing. Just a combined arms approach and get armor on our normal troops. And that's not the worst amount of armor against Lanius. Actually, he shouldn't have that much piercing. He does get anti-tank though. Literally everyone gets anti-tank rifles, so he probably can pierce this. Would give us some hardness. Protect our troops a little bit more. It's not your fault, but I trusted you and you let me... No, you didn't let me down. I just wanted to say, that's why that happened, and it's absolutely fine, man. Definitely want chems, because we need to keep our manpower together. We will not have that much. I do want demolitions if I can have them. But the most important thing, I think, to boost our defense is the saws. We need fire teams. I'm not gonna go that much into the robots, actually. Although I do want these platoons. But if we can have enough of these, maybe I just don't produce anything here. Cancel this production. And just wait for the 20 army experience and put the robot in. Otherwise, what would I do? Just normal militia. I even tried inline fire teams and something. That was actually pretty effective. Combined arms are awesome. It made me wonders during one of the runs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And we do produce some robots. It could be enough for all of our poopy little wasteland Amazons to have a robot in there and just, you know, use them as shields, literally, to get some armor in. We're still pretty light on armor because we have so many other troops, and it's always a shared amount of armor that you get. It's always averaged, but that could be a thing. Maybe that is the approach we will do. At the moment, we're gonna put a cut in here, and next time we'll discuss some more strategy and try to prepare for the inevitable to come. And time is ticking, as you can see. These all three need to fall. until he will attack. Hopefully he goes here first, because then we will meet him and that will open up some of our focuses next time. Which is meeting a legend. And after that we have some choices. Or actually while doing this we have some choices. We could even go with him and help him, which I find ridiculous and will never do. This will not happen, unfortunately, because for this, someone else need to murder Lanius before he... yeah, so we can't even meet him, I think. Which will unfortunately not happen, because that would make everything so easy. But anyway, we can decide to go with him or go against him. And we definitely go against him, I think. But yeah. You'll see that next time. I hope you enjoyed. Leave me a like if you like, sub me YouTube if you haven't, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and come to Discord, and I'll see you there. Bloop bloop, and bye bye. Oh, and don't forget, every bit of support. This is the first part of a new series. It really does help. Please help me with your support, and thank you all. See you next time. Bye bye.